I've never heard a politician run for office yet. He didn't talk about what he's going to do for education. It's kind of like the horse he rides into office. Let's ride this horse into office. As soon as we get in office, we'll turn him out to pasture. In 4 years, when I run for re-election, I'll saddle that horse up again and talk about what we're going to do for education. The truth is, education has to be the number one priority of whoever is running for office. I talk about all the time about building a better Mississippi. If we're going to build a better Mississippi, education will be the foundation upon which we build it. Education holds the key to our future and to the future of our children and our grandchildren. You know, we spend a tremendous amount of money in Mississippi today on education. And I think that most Mississippians would agree with me that they don't feel like we're getting our money's worth. You know, we have some good schools in Mississippi. We really do. We have some great schools. We have some that are not so good, and we have some that are failing. That's not acceptable to me. If we're going to move Mississippi forward, we all have to move forward together. If you believe, as I do, that we have professional, dedicated, and great teachers, and if you also believe, as I do, that our students, our children are as smart as any child anywhere, then if you agree with me on both of those points, that we got great teachers and good students, then why are we at the bottom of the list when it comes to education? It has to be the system. There's no magic bullet, and there's no single solution for improving the quality of education in Mississippi. But there are solutions. We must give the classrooms back to the teachers. We've got to stop this bureaucratic paperwork, this needless lesson plans, and all this other stuff it's just eyewash. We've got to quit teaching the test. We've got to let the teachers form a relationship with their students and teach the curriculum. I believe that we have taken political correctness too far in this state. We're almost holding back our gifted children to let those that are challenged try to stay up or catch up. We have taken no child left behind to extremes, literally holding back gifted students for the sake of those that are challenged. We have put too much emphasis on test scores. The teachers understand if their test scores are not up at this level, then their funding gets cut and all these other things. If they're allowed to teach our children, the test scores will come up. Today's industry, and we're always talking about bringing industry and jobs to Mississippi. Today's industry needs well-educated welders and machinists and equipment operators to operate the high-tech equipment that they bring with them if we want the best paying jobs. We must provide basic education and teach trades for those children that are not going on to seek higher education. I'm going to step on some toes right now, but I'm a straight up guy, and I'm going to tell you just how I think it is. We must end the system of electing superintendents in the state of Mississippi. Mississippi is one of the last states that still elect their superintendents. They should be appointed and held accountable by the school board. We must also support the Mississippi Adequate Education Program. We must fund education. But at the same time, we've got to be good stewards of the taxpayers' money. And we've really got to improve the utilization of 16 section lands. They've been abused throughout the years, and some of them are still not producing what they need to be producing. You know, I've never met a person that was against educating our children. But I have met too many people that were willing to accept the status quo, that were willing to accept excuses for why we're at the bottom of the list, instead of how we're going to improve education in Mississippi. If you're satisfied with the quality of education in Mississippi today, and you don't think that we can do any better, don't vote for me. Don't vote for me. Vote for one of these other guys that's going to be running. But if you truly believe, as I do, that we can do a lot better, that we can have the best schools in this nation, then please support me, and let's get the ball moving.